Hi, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Normal World. Yes, the stash is back. I saw some of your comments. Many loved, many hated. For you haters, it's back. Somebody said, I want to compliment you. It looks like shit. This is for you. QB's not here, but he's on his way. We hope there wasn't a collision, but we know he's on his way. Also, Angela.
Hi.
Joining us on the show today, our returning guest and a very good friend. Please welcome Michael Loftus.
What?
Hey!
I found my camera. Yeah, I'm rocking some sweet neck tats. Had to get inked up for the NW world.
I'm just excited about it.
I'm excited about it too.
I'm glad you're here, host of that show tonight.
Yes.
And also, where can we see you soon? At One Night Stands?
One Night Stands. I'll be there, I want to say March 14, 15, and 16. And then go to the loftusparty.com and check out other tour dates.
All right. I'm excited. Matthew McClowry has returned again. He's going to be...
Hello, everybody.
He's here all week. You know him. Matt, where can we see you?
Check out DaveLandau.com for my tour dates.
All right. Do that.
No, but I'll also be in Michigan February 22nd through the 25th, I believe, in Birch Run, Michigan at the bus stop, February 23rd in Reed City, Michigan, February 25th, and Oxford, Michigan for Doomsday Shelter Comedy.
Ooh.
Yeah, our good friend Jason.
Yeah, Jason. I love Jason. Yeah, he's a good dude. Bit of a hippie.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I call him. Bit of a hippie. Anyway, April 6th, I'll be somewhere. I forgot. It's not on the screen. February 23, 24, the Comedy Works in Sarasota Springs, New York, or Saratoga. So I don't care. And also March 15th, 16th. We've been filming all day, and I'm trying to just make this work. March 15th, 16th, you can see me at Hyenas in the Red Room in Fort Worth, Texas, right?
I'll be there, yeah.
Yeah, you're with me.
Yeah, indeed I am.
And all next week, I'm going to be in Las Vegas, but I might be Skyping in, obviously, to this show. So, Viva Las Vegas. You can check me out at Brad Garrett's Comedy Club at the MGM Grand.
That's a good one.
Across from the Trop, which they're now closing.
They're finally going to knock down the Trop?
They're knocking down the Trop to
That's a sad day.
make room for a new arena.
Wow.
Yeah, the Sphere's not enough. They need Bono's going to open it, though. They already promised everybody.
I stayed at the Tropicana when I was 10 years old once.
Did you?
Yeah, my family was visiting my brother's friend whose dad was a doctor and got moved to Henderson, Nevada. And so we made a week out of it. And that was predating. That was when they were still building the MGM Grand and the Luxor. So it was just me and my brother getting kicked out of stuff we were too young to be in all week.
It's Disney World now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was before it got taken over.
It's Disney World with homeless guys. Yeah.
It was back when the mob ran it, though. Back when it was,
And it was right.
Yeah, like
And
I remember
cared.
you and I did it. We were in Vegas at the Vegas Comedy Festival in 2005 for HBO.
Goodness gracious, yes.
And we were in line with the director of, what was it? Oh my God, I got to remember.
Blues Brothers?
No, yes, and Mr. Warmth.
Yes.
And he was doing Mr. Warmth that week. It was John Landis.
Yeah.
And we're standing there, and the whole time, he's like, I don't know, they won't take my card. I was in Italy last week, and I'm like, who is this prick? And we're like, we'll buy your water, dude. We just want to buy waters. So we start talking to this dude about Borat. And we just have this really pleasant conversation with this old guy who looks vaguely familiar to me, but I haven't seen him in 20 years.
I knew who it was.
You knew who it was.
Yeah.
And he walks away. And I'm like, who was that dude? You're like, dude, that was John Landis. I was like, holy. I'm like, I was so happy I didn't know who it was, or I would have been such a dumbass in the conversation.
It was taking a while, dude.
Dude, I was
It
like,
was taking a while. And I'm like, yeah, you got money.
dude, we're both standing there like, he looked rich. And we're like, do you want us to purchase your water? Like, if you go and play a slot, they'll give you one, sir.
Well, there's certainly worse things that happened in the presence of John Landis. That much I can tell you.
Yes.
Yeah, that's true. There was no Asian kid's head rolling in front of us.
Right. Knocking over our ashtrays full of cocaine.
There's not a human Pez dispenser that used to be Vic Morrow.
Yeah, Vic Morrow's last words weren't happening in that line. Oh, man, Twilight Zone. And I believe it didn't do well either.
No.
It's got to suck when you die and then the movie flops.
Oh, yeah.
It's the worst way to go. You hope your death go, but it's not really a good movie.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the problem, because it's 4 movies.
Yeah.
You know, you have little
Anthology,
episodes.
yeah.
It's little episodes that stick out, but like some of them are just like, meh.
It's also not yours. Like, you know who did it right? Rod Serling.
Yes.
When he created it. That's who did The Twilight Zone, right?
Yeah. When you leave a movie going, whew, I should just check out the original.
Yeah, it's really... You know what was great? Oh, man. Remember the original Twilight Zones? Yeah. Especially at the time when the twists were new and you didn't expect the whole thing the whole time. Oh, man. Yeah, the biggest surprise of that movie was for Vic Morrow when the
helicopter blade flew off.
They're like, no, turn on the blades. It'll be fine.
It'll be good. It's good.
Yeah.
We got a tight schedule here.
Yeah, it was...
And like, he doesn't care. He's just doing it for booze money.
Yeah, it was Alec Baldwin's dad, actually, who was operating. He was the helicopter blade operator.
I think I could do one more. I think I could get closer.
Yeah.
I think I could.
Are you up for this? Should I aim it directly at Vic Morrow? Anyway, the world is a scary place. But the Twilight Zone wasn't, and it was PG, and it flopped. Welcome to normal world.
But at least Max made up for it.
Oh, God. His kid?
Yeah.
Ugh. Didn't he write World War Z?
He wrote Bright, which is that Will
Max
Smith
Brooks
movie
was
on
the other
Netflix.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Wow.
The one where he's an orc cop.
Yeah, the one that's worse than him hitting Chris Rock.
Yeah.
Have you seen it?
Bright?
Right.
No, I haven't.
I've seen half. That's enough.
That's didn't they already do that movie where it was like the 2 cops, but the one cop was an alien, and then you learned.
You're thinking of Theodore Rex with Whoopi Goldberg.
No, I think you're thinking Enemy Mine.
Enemy Mine.
Yeah.
With Dennis Quaid.
Yeah.
And Louis Gossett Jr.
No. There's a cop version of it.
Was there really?
Mandy.
Are you thinking
Alien Nation?
Alien Nation.
Alien
yeah.
Nation, yeah. That was, and the one was bald, and it just looked like AIDS lesions on his conehead skull.
And they later made, that was with James Caan, Mandy Patinkin, and then there was a Fox series that was canceled after 1 season. But the actor was a conservative guy. He just passed away. He was a good guy.
Oh, so they didn't honor him at the awards?
Yeah, weirdly, they didn't.
Left him out completely like they do any conservative.
Just because he said he believed in God.
I love that Chris Pratt wins every award and upsets them with that.
What?
It's like, I'd like to thank God, and they're like, son of a bitch, don't you know Satan runs this place?
Do you not want to be in the Illuminati?
Like, how did
you not even do the hand symbols anymore?
Like, come on. Every time you get a touchdown, just do this.
Do you not even have one picture of you in a leg cast for no reason?
I'm hoping the Lions never got a Super Bowl and that whole thing fell apart because we're just not connected to Satan. I mean, we probably are. Right not. If you go to Detroit, it doesn't look like it's sold to the devil.
No, it's maintained its integrity.
Or the devil just doesn't think it's worth it.
Yeah.
You guys, you're good.
Yeah, it's like in the show The Stand, or the book, I guess. But I watched the show. I'm not going to pretend I read a 9,000-page Stephen King novel. You can all call me on that. But they go to Vegas because that's basically where it becomes Sodom and Gomorrah. They don't go to Atlantic City. Atlantic City looks like that they bet the house and lost. It's like the only town that looks like the house didn't win. I think the Trop's still there somehow, though.
Yeah, I played the Improv, had a room out there a million years ago, and Bud Friedman personally, Michael, could you come out? I've got a new club in Atlantic City. And I went out, and it's the craziest thing. It's like there used to be a wall in Atlantic City, and then somebody took that wall away that separated like the rich tourist people from the absolute like Middle Eastern levels of despair and anger.
Yeah.
Because there was like a strip club that was like right down the street, like you could see it, and they're like, we should drive.
Yeah.
We can't walk there. No, you can't. No, we won't make it.
Well, I mean, that's pretty much every coastal city now, isn't it?
Oh yeah. Well, we took a vacation there. My family still lives there because my uncle ran Bally's for a while. Like the Nugget was still nice, but it's not good. Like we rented a house, but the second you walk I don't know, 8 feet out the front door towards anywhere but the ocean. It's just prostitutes. And so, like, I'm taking my son to be like, yeah, we'll go get a pair of flip-flops and then go to the beach. And, like, 3 feet from the front door, it's like, hey, baby. And I'm like, oh, right, this is a terrible place.
And it's the kind of prostitute you don't think you could beat up if it went sideways.
No.
You're like, that she could beat me up.
Well, it's because she has bigger hands and cock. She's also her own pimp. That's when you know. That's when you know there's trouble.
I better have my money.
Yeah, she's
Garrett's here. Send him in. Send in the G-Man. That's what I call him just
coming.
now. The G-Man coming.
What? I'm sorry.
What happened?
Somebody's getting mad at me in my ear.
I
don't
sniffed.
know.
I'm sorry. I've had a sinus infection all
So
week.
we're trying to do a serious political talk show, and we're talking about a prostitute with traps like Bill Goldberg. So if we could...
I'm sorry. We'll get into this then as he comes in. Woke kindergarten. Woke kindergarten. What? It's described on this website. Go ahead, Angela.
No, it's tragic.
Tell us about it.
No.
Please.
No, I'm sorry.
Tell us about how it's okay. It's described on this website as supporting children, families, and educators and organizations in their commitment to. I can't understand any of this. We should have really taken more time before the show.
You want me to read it?
Yeah, go ahead.
Woke Kindergarten is described on its website as supporting children, families, educators, and organizations in their commitment to abolitionist early education and pro-black and queer and trans liberation. According to the San Francisco Chronicle, Glassbrook Elementary in Hayward, California spent $250,000 in federal funds to help boost test scores for some of the country's lowest performing schools. After 2 years with Woke Kindergarten, students' scores are reportedly worse. The head of the organization, IKEA Keygross, they, them, calls for the destruction of America on an IG post saying, I believe the United States has no right to exist. I believe every settler colony has committed genocide against Native peoples, against indigenous people, and it has no right to exist. Y'all the demons. Y'all the villains. You've even trying to end y'all and get free of y'all.
Thank you. That's why I wanted you to read it. Welcome to the show.
Hey, I'm so glad we didn't get past the ad read yet.
No, you just started.
Oh, thank God.
No, we knew you were close.
My favorite part. That's my favorite part of the show.
We were just, because today's Thursday.
Yes.
And we just, we were worried.
Oh, man, my legs are tired. I had to run the whole way.
I understand.
So we're talking about woke teachers?
Yeah.
Kindergarten.
You were talking about Woke Kindergarten.
At Glassbrook Elementary in Hayward, California.
Yeah, it's run by a woman who looks like The Rock in 1996, who smells like weed in her own farts, okay? That's the short of it.
That's true.
Yeah.
Probably a little bit of wine.
Yeah, a little
I
bit.
feel like there's always oh, God.
Oh,
wow.
Yeah.
Maybe no wine.
This is the principal?
I don't know.
She's just the teacher, but she created it.
What do you teach?
Gender studies.
Wokeness.
What do you tell a 5-year-old? You're just, hi, I'm terrible.
So it's kindergarten. So they're just like painting with their fingers and doing the block test where they're like, circle goes into the square.
It's how they made
Like,
the
that's
ally
right. That's where
flag.
it
They
goes.
just slapped a bunch of shit onto it.
Yeah. Like, oh, now it's got a circle on
They
it.
have that fun pride-looking flag we used to have. Let's make it look ominous and oppressive.
Yeah, in some kind of aggressive way. It's got arrows now.
I drove by the house I grew up in Michigan over the weekend, and across the street was the most gigantic ally flag I've ever seen on a home. And I'm like, I bet a lot of the neighbors don't like this.
No, of course they
It's
don't.
definitely their identity.
I think isn't that like a symbol that you don't want to get robbed?
Yeah,
That's what I think. If you go to the suburbs and somebody has like racism has
it's
no
lamb's
home here.
blood on the door.
Yeah,
That's
it's like
what it is.
Passover.
It's like when you see an alarm system sign, you know that house doesn't have an alarm system.
The alarm system sign that looks like it was designed in the 80s.
Yeah, you're like, you just bought the thing online that says you have stuff.
No.
Well, I grew up in Dearborn, too, so I'll see those houses across from an opulent Middle Eastern homeowner who just hates them for it, yet they think they're on their side.
There's nothing better than a Middle Eastern home in Dearborn, because for an Iraqi, for them to look affluent, they have to live on a main street.
Yeah.
So you have to live between like a liquor store and like a Dollar General, and then you have the most opulent mansion you've ever seen with fountains in the front.
The pillar and
Like,
two
I want
lions.
everyone to see my house. Look at this.
And you can tell where they're at in life because
Like
they'll have
kings.
like a 2-bedroom ranch, but they'll have 6 pillars on the front of it and like a giant bird bath.
Like, did you design that? Yes, you did.
It looks like part of a Corleone's house.
Keeping the statue business going, right? The statue business probably was just about to go belly up until we got a bunch of like Middle Eastern entrepreneurs in here and like, no, I want the big lion. How much for that?
Who's buying statues otherwise?
Right?
Oh, there was an Italian guy who's like, "What am I gonna do with all these these kids pissing on each other fountains? If only
Up to my
if
tits
only
with
oil money gets here.
It's like a miracle for them.
They need. It's just like wings on the back of them."
The old Italian guy brings the family in. It's time for me to give you the talk. No one wants the boy peeing on the fountain.
No,
It's not appropriate. They tell us. I don't get it.
They don't like.
It's a tradition.
for 500 years it was
Pee
a
on each
simple.
other.
Bring, 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 bring. Hello?
Inventory is just overstocked of nude female torsos with no limbs.
For some reason, they don't want a nippleless breast, so with nothing else on it.
I don't know what we're gonna do.
I'm gonna put the for sale sign out front, and then all of a sudden a guy,
Papa, phone call for you.
It's-
It's a man named.
he's calling from a Lexus, speaking loudly through a turban. He says he wants to buy a store.
He's worth 7 figures and wants to live in Detroit for some reason.
It's a miracle.
Yes, he just bought a $30,000 house in Dearborn and sunk $8 billion into the front.
He wants to buy the whole inventory.
All of them? Yes, all of them.
It's like the ending of It's a Wonderful Life.
Yeah, he's just gonna jump off the
It's a
bridge.
miracle. We're saved.
Don't you understand, Mary? He wants it all. The little kids peeing on stuff, the armless bitches with big titties. He wants it all.
We're saved.
He even wants the lions I tried to chisel when I had the shakes.
Yeah, giant stone lions that'll go into a driveway that's unnecessary for him.
Yeah, it was a little house with a turnaround driveway.
They have these giant lions with the gate in it where I'm like, if you open the gate wrong, it's going to hurt someone. Look up mansions in Dearborn real quick. Can you pull those up? Mm-hmm. Put mansions on main streets in Dearborn.
It's also like when it gets dark out, it has that Ebbets Field lighting too.
Yeah.
Really, the spotlights.
Yeah, exactly.
Like it's a
'cause-
prison.
Oh, they want you to see it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because they also have cars in the driveway that no one would drive in Detroit because of the potholes. Put hilarious locations. Put on Main Street.
Type of hilarious.
Because, yeah, it's unbelievable. Because, like, nobody wants to drive. I don't know why you would drive a Lamborghini in Detroit. They're too low to the ground and there's a pothole every 4 feet. I drive
For the looks, you know.
I just, for who?
I mean,
It's like here
I don't
is
get
nuts too.
Lamborghinis at all.
Dude,
Anywhere.
Anywhere, right? Anywhere.
You'd see those guys in their like real low sports cars going through like Studio City or Encino or whatever. Just like because every street has that little groove in it.
yeah. And they,
The once a year rain.
oh, yeah, the bumps of just speed bump scrape plate.
I'm just always renting a car and then tucking the undercarriage back in because something pulled it out.
Oh, yeah.
Some of these are funny.
Yeah, you pull them up.
I'm trying. There it goes.
Yeah, like
There's this
that.
weird
See that?
roundabout
See like
here.
that house that I just added a roundabout to. He's like right in the middle. He's just got the P statue.
Yes.
That's like
You've got the 2 lions on each drive-in.
Yep.
You've got the fountain in the middle.
But originally,
pillars.
that house was just built for a family of 3.
Like a tiny tree in the middle.
I can't believe they took this many photos when the sky was blue out.
Oh yeah, I don't know where that must have been one day in Michigan. Because usually when you go there, it's just gray.
That's all AI.
Yeah, they definitely added it to sell
I
the
think
house.
they're probably photoshopped for that.
Well, that's weird. Well, in their country,
Like every Airbnb I go in.
it's not like they're coming from a place though that's like nice. They're like, is this grass?
Oh my god!
Can you grow food where we come from? It's just dirt.
Is it blisteringly hot?
We say
That's the thing is that when I would talk to like classmates of mine who actually grew up in the Middle East, they actually really enjoyed winter.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, my friends that came from there did.
Yeah. I hated it.
Oh, I hate winter.
Yeah.
It's like me. I'm from Texas and I love winter. But everyone that I know, they're just like, I hate snow. It sucks. My fingers hurt. But it's hot outside.
Yeah, I just got to a point when I was 31 where I just tapped out. I couldn't do it anymore.
I don't know why you can be homeless and live in Detroit
How do you live?
and do it. I don't get like Emo Phillips had a great joke about that where he's like, you can at least be an Applebee's manager if you can survive a Detroit winter.
Inside.
Yeah.
You panhandle for a day and you own a home.
Well, at one time.
That's
you also
the gentrification of
you also
Detroit
own a home where it's in a neighborhood where you open the door and 9 pit bulls maul you, and it's like, oh, that's the dollar house you got. That was worth it. It's 16 hungry of the most. You didn't even know that like labradoodles could get that angry.
Just rabid.
They just tear your chest out.
But they don't shed.
think it was going to go this way.
It's the most most hyperallergenic bloodbath you've ever been a part of.
That's the best part. You don't have to clean up. It's just blood. Just pure blood. No dog hair. It's not completely clean. It'll kill an intruder, and it's just intruder blood. That's it.
Rolling Stone did an article years ago about the horrible amount of just strays in Detroit, and they went to one house, and it was mostly like pits.
Yeah.
But the very top of the house was a black lab, and that was like the alpha. And it was almost like just, like the queen bee on the very top of this house. Yeah.
Not the pit.
No, none of the pits or anything. This female black lab ran the neighborhood. And I'm like, why would you ever like go and search this out? But the pictures they found and it was rough. It was near like Mount Elliott. But isn't Ohio like that? Part of Columbus? I mean, that gets bad, doesn't it?
I don't go to those places.
Oh, I did drugs. I've never mentioned that. Let's talk about drugs. Little John, you know him?
Yeah.
He's
Okay. That one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
best known for screaming.
Oh, yeah. What? Yeah. I don't know he's around.
Can we play a little John so our friends here? Because
So
Matt
just in
just looks
case.
confused.
You know the Little John.
Oh, I remember him from the Chappelle Show.
Yeah.
Oh, you
From,
know.
Robin Hood.
Yes. He was great in Robin Hood.
Yes. Prince of Thieves.
That's
Didn't do
Little John.
accents. Didn't do a British accent, even though it's in Britain. But
He stole from the rich and just kept it.
for himself.
Is what?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love when you see what rappers spend money on at one time.
Hilarious.
My favorite was Cribs. I forgot who the rapper was, but it was one of the early episodes, and he's basically.
There we
That's
go.
it. It's for you, it's John.
Little.
It's one of the early ones where he's showing off all his cars and PlayStations that are in the cars and everything that he has, and the IRS is like, "You claimed $10,000 last year."
Like watching, taking notes.
Yeah. The next show is just everything being taken from him.
Welcome back to Cribs 2.
Yeah.
No receipts.
Yes, no crib.
You didn't report.
Welcome to Untrick Your Car. That was a great show too.
Pimp My Ride?
Pimp My Ride was
Hell
great.
yeah. I watched every single episode. I was a huge Exhibit fan.
The guy I met like 20 years ago, he just took Trick My Truck, who came up with Pimp My Ride, to CNN, and they wrote him a huge check.
Well, of course.
He does
He's a
nothing
genius.
now.
He's a genius.
Yeah.
He deserves it.
That's what it is, though. He's not. Like, all they did, all he did was go, "It's Pimp My Ride," and they bought it. And then he went, and he is a genius because he went and said, "Hey, you're stupid.
dumb.
It's called Trick My Truck." And they were like, "All right." And then he just took the check and was like, that was easy.
He went to CMT. It's like this, but no black people.
And they're like, "Go on."
You know that the behind the scenes stories of Pimp My Ride, how they would they'd build all these TVs and spinners and extra shit all into these cars, and then they show it to the person and be like, "Oh my god, it's my car!" Ah. and then after the taping, they just rip all that shit out and then send them home.
Is that
Are
true?
you kidding me?
Oh yeah, tons of the cars that they got, they didn't get any of the TVs and they didn't get any of the like extra stuff. They would get just like the baseline car back. It'd have a new paint job.
So basically,
They're not fixing the engine on
So
that.
basically, they just took their airbags.
Yeah. She's got a big hole in it now. You're gonna die next time.
It would be funny though. How many people were killed in a tricked car because they did take out something that needed to function properly?
We had to make room for the extension cord if you wanted the Xbox to work. So the brakes just kind of gave out. We had to move the brake
I
line.
had to take the brake lines out.
Your mom would have
TV.
lived, but unfortunately, the airbag exploded due to the chandelier she wanted.
She really liked it, though. She was smiling all the way till, 20 seconds to the end.
Yeah, pretty much until the glass went into her eyes. Was it a quick death? No.
Oh no, she screamed.
No.
Long time.
Yeah.
Well, she would have lived, but she drowned in the fish tank.
We couldn't tell if she was alive or not due to the massive subwoofers that were playing. We weren't sure if it
One
was
with the
the
chocolate
music.
fountain.
They were holding her down.
I'm sure the third day she had that car, it's just filled with ants.
I miss that era of TV, man. That was the greatest era of TV. That was also when they had Room Raiders.
Oh, yeah.
Room Raiders was hilarious. It was where it's like blind date, but instead of meeting somebody, you go to their room and just go through all their
And
private
put a
stuff.
black light on their bed.
Yeah, and see if they jacked off in their car.
Oh, yeah. That was like,
Spoiler alert, they did.
yeah.
Every time.
It was like 2020 when they used to go to the hotels with the black light, and you're like, yeah, we know how this is going to end. I've been in a hotel. But they never didn't find it. It was like the nicest hotels, and you're like, well, it's all in the ice bucket. Anyway, this was brought to you by Radisson.
Around the rims of every glass. I don't even know what they're doing with it.
Dangling off the coat rack.
We went to, we have to talk about that.
And then we filmed a sketch there.
Yeah, we just
my
filmed a
God.
sketch there last night. Well, I'll show you the pictures.
Oh, God.
I have never seen so much semen in a place.
You could see
Have
it.
you stayed at the Excalibur?
It's not even in Vegas.
In Vegas.
No. This is
Pretty crusty.
I've never stayed there, so I can't say for sure. But
You don't have to stay there. You just have to play slots or eat there.
yeah,
See
You have to walk through.
Go to the
lobby.
Dick's last resort
in Excalibur.
in Excalibur.
Oh, yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Well, every room in
It
Excalibur
looks like a Neil deGrasse Tyson special under the black light.
it's a planetarium of Johns.
Cosmos of jizz.
I prefer to go to the Motel 6. That's where I stay in Vegas. It's very nice.
Yeah.
It's very underrated. Have you been?
Yes. Just a wonderful facility.
It's a Studio 6.
level.
Actually, it's a suites.
Yes.
It's nice.
Yeah. Studio 6.
Yeah.
Very nice.
I like to hear either moaning or moaning. It just depends
The tip-
on what you're feeling.
Yeah.
Cratter of little cockroaches.
Yeah. Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the gentle rocking of a junkie who
Yeah.
hasn't had a fix in a while.
Or is earning one. I'll be in Vegas next week, by the way.
Hey.
Whole week.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah, dude, I can't wait. I struggle with addictions, so we'll
That's
see.
the best place to go.
I know.
Yeah.
It's great because it's like
That has all of them.
it's so tempting.
They're right there.
You can't even get to the club with anyway. You play Brads, don't you?
Yes. Yes.
You're lucky. Yeah, there's the walk to the club. There's not any gambling machines from the walk to the club.
You'd be surprised how quickly you can walk by it. I'm not going to.
I
I'm not going to leave debit cards with friends.
Remember last time when you thought you had all those points you didn't have?
Oh my god! Yeah, I thought I had all these gambling points. Not that I've ever gambled, but I thought I had all these points left from a mistake I made.
It's as if he's never gambled because he has nothing to show for it.
Like the members club.
Yeah, like if you think the Lamborghini's a stupid purchase, imagine buying 5 of them and not owning
Not
one.
having. Yeah.
Boy, there's
One hit.
What was your game of choice in Vegas?
I'd almost rather not say.
Okay.
It's if I had to play a
bit of
game,
craps?
I would go roulette,
little bit of roulette?
which somebody figured out. I always knew there was a pattern. And there was a guy, you can even look it up, who figured it out and went around the country robbing casinos. And I know one night, I think it was near Battle Creek, I figured out this pattern because I won it was insane.
Not that I'm endorsing gambling, but how is there a pattern?
The guy literally figured out
Like
a mathematical pattern for every game of roulette, and then he went around the country. This was in recent years, and just looted every casino. That was
They deserve it.
That was my game of choice. Now, what may have caused some issues for me was not that.
Okay.
It was when I would play a couple slots that were high end.
Oh, oh man. Yeah. Do you ever hit the max bet by accident? Oops.
Yeah, I could say it was by accident. Or I could say it's because I could feel the dopamine in my brain pleasing me.
It'll be the next one, man.
I feel like this is
It's
a
the next
terrible
one.
confession.
One more, just one
the
more.
next one.
Because this was the only thing you had left anymore.
Yeah, it's the only thing I had left to try. And fail. Have you ever gambled?
Oh yeah.
Have you lost?
Yeah, but I can usually like pump the brakes because I know what's going to happen.
See, for a while I
I
did.
know what's going to happen. And like if I have the money on my body, if I have access to the money, I'm going to lose it.
Right.
So it's just like hide it from yourself under lock and key, and then hopefully on that long walk back to the room, you're like you find yourself going, "Well, this is crazy. This is crazy."
Yeah, it's a terrible feeling when you realize you've just been tricked.
Yeah,
Because it feels like that.
and that's what I hate about
Bamboozled by your own brain.
Yes.
And
I
that's
put
what
a
I hate about-
20 in a machine once. It took it and I stopped.
You're like,
Yeah.
Didn't even
That's it,
gamble.
I guess.
Yeah, we get
Gave
it. You're
$20 to a random machine.
We get it. You're not Rain Man. Maybe you and I can get matching suits next time we go. See if we can- Actually, you know what? Maybe you are and could help me out a lot.
Well, I would just.
How good are you
stop.
at killing?
I was just like, I would just stop you like I should have 3 years ago. Instead of just, no, he'll be fine.
Well,
Instead of my wife
No,
and
I won a
looking at
great
you
deal of money.
concerned.
wait, were we talking about Little John?
yeah. I
Yes.
was just talking about stupid things people buy. What were you saying? I'm sorry. We cut you off.
Oh, I can't even remember.
It was about if you had the money on you, you would know not to gamble.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
Or you wouldn't.
No, but that's what I don't like about the casinos in like everyday America. I drove across this country quite a few times, and like every town now has a casino, and it's like if you could just hit that on the way home, you have no plan. Because like at least when you have to go to Vegas, it's a destination. You're like, oh wow, I got crushed. But at least I already have my plane ticket home. My job is still waiting for me. But man, if you clock out from the Purina factory, you're just driving back and like, oh, the casino's open. You're done for.
Oh, absolutely.
That's what I think it should be outlawed.
Yes.
I think it's one of the worst things to happen to our country. I think it's horrible that it's in every major city, especially ones that are downtrodden.
It's like one of those
Now it's
things
on your
where it's
phone.
like if it's
On your phone
Now
should
it's
be
on your
outlawed
phone.
completely. I've fortunately never gotten into that crap.
if it's concentrated to one place, it's still kind of fun. But then if it's just everywhere, it's sad. It's depressing. It's kind of like the same way when you see like legal weed in Michigan. It's like, oh, California, sun, fun, get a little high. Michigan, it's just like, oh, escape the bleakness for a sec,
It was also fun when it was one or two places, but when you drive down 8 Mile and it's seriously every store besides liquor stores, strip clubs, and rim shops.
Yeah.
And you're like, this shouldn't look like this.
It's in states that aren't even legal. Like Texas, it's not recreational or medically legal, but there's still a million shops that sell the what is the other whatever the other strain
Delta
is
8.
that's not technically THC, but there's everywhere. It's like every single state is getting ready to just like fully open up.
Yeah, I think Delta 8.
Delta 8 THC, that's
yeah.
the stuff.
How's that worked out for Colorado? As I know they legalized mushrooms too.
Have they?
I think so.
I know ketamine's legal in a lot of places, but I have heard that there's huge benefits to that for depression.
Yeah.
Decriminalized. Okay.
You've heard that, or you have firsthand knowledge.
Well, I have firsthand knowledge of it, but I don't know the dosage. When I was also a teenager, I don't know if I was doing it right. But I can tell you that anything that you do in
If you
moderation.
passed out in front of a police station
did.
on it, I think. think you were doing it right. I think you had.
Well,
correct.
Let's be honest, I wasn't in a hot tub.
That's.
So you are allowed to grow your own mushrooms in Colorado.
Doesn't that seem stupid, though? Like, that seems like such a thing that you can get inaccurate and lethally wrong.
Yeah.
Mushrooms?
Yeah,
Can you die from mushrooms?
absolutely. You can.
You can?
Oh, you can die from psilocybin if you grow it incorrectly.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, there's no way that you can accidentally not screw that up. I would
You
imagine.
mean like if you get like the wrong type of mushroom and that mushroom's poisonous?
I think if you grow mushrooms, there's got to be a way you can grow mushrooms inaccurately. Am I wrong?
I'd be too afraid.
I would look that up, but I would.
I need a professional to.
If I went to my
grow
friend's
mushrooms.
house, for example, and he was like, "I made bathtub gin," I would assume that there's a good chance I could die from his easier than if I just went to somebody more reputable. Is more what I mean.
Yeah.
You have friends that did that, right? Like I knew people that made homemade acid and stuff, and
Homemade acid?
yeah, they were
Wow.
What is it like?
Yeah, you can.
Windex or something?
yeah, pretty much. I mean, we thought
hell?
we just you have to be able to die from you have to.
I'm
Right?
looking
I thought
up-
there was
I'm-
like the two things. That's, at least in my brain, it's like weed you can't die from, and mushrooms you can't die.
You can't
from.
die from acid either.
You
No.
can't die, but you can
You
get
can't die of an
messed up. Like your
overdose.
brain
Yeah.
could get broken.
But like in boom or whatever, which is something that they will replace acid with nowadays, you can die from in very large quantities. So you should test your drugs if you're going to take drugs.
Or you should not do drugs.
well, that's,
Yes,
Because
thank
this
you.
is a conservative media network.
They, they take drugs.
Oh, I know. But we pretend not to.
Yeah, I'm just saying, if you're going to do it, test them.
yeah.
Test
agree,
it on
I
a
agree.
friend that you
I
don't
agree.
care about.
Don't do it.
Yeah.
But if you do,
Either get a testing stick or a friend and say, "Here, try this Coke first."
hey Tester, get over here.
Then, if his heart
out your
doesn't
tongue.
stop,
Yes.
bring your friends in the yard and see if you don't ruin the birthday party. That seemed close to home. I had a friend who did that, and I mean had. All right, so this has gotten an odd feel to the show.
Oh, yeah.
The whole time,
The whole time? I thought
there's
it was
pieces
great.
of it. I thought it was going.
No, it's going fine. It's just not the show that was planned on paper.
At all.
Well, we were having fun shooting sketches, and
And you're like, oh shit, we have to do a talk show.
we're doing a talk show. Well, all right, let's do some topics then.
It's fun to talk about Biden.
Oh
That one's
no,
pretty
it
funny.
isn't.
Oh yeah, let's bring him up. Can we go to that, please? This is important. I have Michael here, and I wanted to discuss this with him specifically.
Okay.
Soon as we get to it, we're going to discuss it. President Biden was speaking to hospitality workers in Las Vegas, speaking of Las Vegas, ahead of the Nevada primary, and said that he recently met with former French President, I'm going to butcher this, Mitterrand.
Yeah, Francois Mitterrand.
Francois Mitterrand. However, he's dead.
He died in 96.
I take it back. This is hilarious.
Yeah. So, Biden just told the crowd
I mean, that doesn't mean he didn't recently meet with him.
Yo, dude, he's dipping in and out of the darkness.
Do you think that he
constantly.
may be getting... Look at his face.
Yeah, he's
It's
definitely.
uncanny how much he looks like Jim Carrey.
Oh, that one time when he did the impression.
No,
Yeah,
he,
that's like Jim Carrey of the future right there.
he looks like Gary Oldman in Hannibal. Doesn't he?
Little Gary Busey in there.
He's
It
just,
looks like a
Yeah.
face someone in the Planet of the Movies makes when Apes movies when they do mocap.
hogs will eat anything.
It looks like Andy Serkis with dots on his face.
Dave.
Hogs. You're like, Joe, please. Feed my son.
I was on the Titanic.
Where's my daughter's diary?
He's
What an embarrassment.
With her.
Where's Ashley? Ashley likes rubbing my legs, don't you, Ashley?
Sit on me, Ashley.
Let's give him the old corn pop.
The dongs.
Yeah, he just looks like he has Jeff Dunham's hand up him.
Yeah.
Except he's not about to say anything clever. Well, neither is Jeff. So, what? I'm kidding. I think Jeff Dunham's a stitch.
Who's running the country?
Right now?
Because it's not
CIA.
It's not Biden.
There's
it's
no
not Biden.
fucking... Sorry, pardon my French.
Huh?
but he just met with the dead president.
There's
No way that it. Who? I mean, that's a good question. Who?
Yeah, that's really.
Said it.
It seems like it's an important thing to figure out.
But they're not,
yeah.
because they're all just taking money from people to keep the fight going. I mean, they're not
That's what
running
they're doing,
anything. Like, who's running anything?
It's like pieces of all of the different 3-letter organizations. You know, you got the FBI, CIA. I was gonna say NFT. ATF. Like all of these, they've got their own NWA.
ECP.
They've got their own
TLC.
fingers in the pies.
WWE.
They're running it that way.
WWF.
Yeah, I've never been.
ET.
I've never had any experience with a large
NWO.
organization where I had no idea who was in charge.
Well,
Yeah.
we're sitting in one. I get the joke. I've never been on a show where I knew who was in charge. Actually, I was.
I thought you were.
I was, but I was afraid he'd hit me with a gun. So I, what? Anyway.
Flesh-colored gun.
Oh, God. Draped on my shoulder.
While you were asleep.
Or completely conscious for some reason.
that too.
No,
A
not
6'6" guy comes in and says, "Here, sign this."
We'll give you $1,900. So the Kremlin confirmed
Hypothetically.
that the Russian president Vladimir Putin has been interviewed by Tucker
Vlad.
Carlson.
Vladar.
Everybody knows
He should totally change
Russian
it to Vladar.
president.
I remember him from Deep Space Nine.
I can't believe
the Vladarians.
I'm just so tired today.
From Star Wars,
Vladimir
Darth Vadar. Luke, I am your father.
Poutine.
Oh no!
Vladimir Putin.
Good, I'll live that down.
I thought that was 100% on purpose.
It was.
Okay, thank God.
So Tucker Carlson did go to Usha.
Is it Tucker or Takar?
It's Takar went, and he interviewed Takay Carlson, and went and interviewed Putin Annie.
Right?
And this is Putin's first interview, full interview, with a Western journalist since the beginning of his invasion of Ukraine 2 years ago. So I believe that because it's Tucker Carlson, everyone's cool now.
Oh,
Seems to be the stance.
water under the bridge.
It's all good that he gasses Syrians.
Yeah.
Like, I love how this seems to be like it.
Is that the opinion? Because
It
I've
just
seen
seems
it online.
fucking weird,
I've
right?
seen it online where Tucker announced that he was going to interview, and then obviously all of the left people, because it's Tucker, they got all super mad about it.
Of course.
Like he's a Russian plant now. But then he did try and interview Zelensky, right?
I think
That's
so.
what I heard.
Well, it's like
I mean,
Dan
like,
Rather used to interview Saddam Hussein. It was a
Exactly.
thing that was done.
Yeah, of
Why is it
course.
such a big deal? You guys aren't doing it. I think every other news nation should be doing it.
Well, I remember when the president tried to meet with these people, the guy who should, and then that became a huge issue.
All right, yeah. He's in their pocket.
Remember when
just
Trump
talking
tried to
because-
talk to them like you would hope? Sorry, Mike.
Right. No, but it's a great point. It's like there's this old school way of doing things where you just go, oh, Vladimir Putin, he is Hitler, and we're all just supposed to be. He's like a cartoon villain,
Right.
and we're all supposed to be on the same page. The lack of curiosity from journalism is dead. It's crazy. Look at the numbers for COVID. The World Health Organization says over 7 million people are dead. No one from journalism seems to care. Like, hey, who's responsible for that? Who did that? And we're all supposed to now be mad at Tucker Carlson because he's talking to Vladimir Putin. It's Vladimir.
Vladimir Putin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm super glad he's going over that.
He's much like Adolf Hitler.
Yes.
Well, yeah, it's what I don't understand. Of course, the left's going to jump on it and be mad or
Yeah.
whatever they're. I mean, it's
And the right will like suck his dick all day. Like, it's the same thing.
It's kind of the same thing, yeah. Where it's like it's a little too much on each side just for doing your job.
Yeah.
But then it's odd to me because I thought when Trump did it, that was the right thing to do. I felt when he was going and talking to these people, that was the idea that if there's anything he did in office that I certainly agreed with, it was trying to deal with these other countries in ways that people weren't. I think that was one of the largest problems was attempting to make some kind of communication.
He made
with Kim.
a demo reel of South Korea made. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
He had like, hey, here's the cool stuff you can get with freedom. Check this out.
Yeah.
He had like a freedom demo reel to show that to the North Koreans. That was a great idea.
Yeah.
No, we need to restart the Cold War to save democracy, obviously.
No, it makes perfect sense. Well, it's Tucker haters are calling him for, it to be banned online. They say that he should be arrested and, again, for doing his job as a journalist. And they also think that he should be placed on a government kill list.
What?
Meanwhile, yeah.
I think
The internet is a wild place.
I think it happened. I think he's on some kind of.
Is he really?
He's on the Ukrainian kill list,
It's already
yes.
on.
Oh, wow. Ukrainian did put him on the government kill list. You're right. Meanwhile, CNN has openly admitted to sending multiple interview requests for Vladimir Putin, but he rejected them, which is so okay. So now you're on the side of it?
Confused.
Yeah.
Okay, for the end of the world, here we go. Because we got to get out of
Oh
here.
my God.
Dun, dun, dun.
Who would you like to see Tucker Carlson interview?
Oh.
QB.
Did they have to be alive or dead?
It can be dead.
Can it be anybody?
Preferably dead.
Okay. Michael Jackson.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah. Like a deep dive conversation.
And he has to be honest through the whole thing.
Yeah.
And use his
He's
real
dead.
voice.
And you're dead.
Ah. Okay.
I didn't even know that about Michael Jackson and the real voice thing. I just found that out.
Wait,
Oh,
what?
that he talked very calmly?
And had a very low voice.
Yeah.
Like there's a video game. There's a boxing video game. They said it's the only like big recording of Michael Jackson's real voice. He was actually in the game. And
I did not know that.
yeah, this was just like a persona, evidently, that he would do. And in the real world, it was.
That had to be weird. Hey,
Yes.
Macaulay, we're going to shoot.
Put your hands on your
Try
cheeks
some
like
Jesus
this.
juice.
Yeah, go
Not the
ahead.
top cheeks, though.
He was asking some other boys to put their hands on their cheeks.
Yeah,
in a
get on the
different way.
bed and spread your cheeks. Don't mind these series of bells that lead to the room. You want to go on a Ferris wheel? Angela, who would you
My
like to
monkey.
interview?
Three-way interview with Joe Biden and Francois Mitterrand.
Oh, well played.
Yeah,
Well played. Michael.
three-way.
With a Tucker Carlson interview, alive or dead?
Yeah.
So that's a tough one. It's really. I want to go with General George Patton. That's who I want Tucker Carlson to interview.
I like that a lot.
Actually, yeah, I like that.
Just to have him lose his mind. They're doing what? What the son of a bitch? Just watch.
Grab his guns. That was Chad. Matt.
Matthew.
Vince McMahon.
Oh, yeah. It has to be fully honest.
Yeah.
Chocolate showers.
Yes.
I feel like he would be.
I think so.
He'd be like, yeah, I typed that.
Yeah, I did.
Simple request.
I'm an important man.
No one's told him no in 40 years. So.
Yeah, what do you think he's going to do? He's like, look, everybody says yes, and this is what it leads to.
I had a big lunch, damn it.
Yeah, I got to put it somewhere. You have a chest.
Dave, what's yours?
I got to think of anybody that Tucker Carlson
Anybody.
could interview alive or dead. I'm going to go with Bob Saget.
Oh, yeah.
I just thought
Like
he
that.
was funny, and he died
to see
too
him again.
early, and I want to know what happened.
Yeah. Ah, Norm.
Norm Macdonald, I
Norm
take it
Macdonald.
back. I'm going to rewind. I want him to interview Norm. Sorry, Bob.
That would be great, too.
I want a Bob Saget, Norm Macdonald three-way interview because they were both in Dirty Work together, and then I'm going to toss Artie Lang in there. I used to do a show with Artie,
yeah.
so I'm going to do all three. I want a Dirty Work reunion with all three of them.
I love dirty work.
Tucker just has to
Such an
get his
underrated
gas
movie.
pumped in New Jersey.
Oh, that's true.
Find a guy with a fake nose. find a guy with Chris Farley's nose from Dirty Work.
Yeah, you could throw Farley in there.
Farley
too.
as well.
Yeah, one's playing the character, one is. All right, everybody. Thank you very much.
Tuesday.
See you next week.